afternoon, everybody. Live storm chasing mode, live from Dominator Fore. We've got Gizmo here. Gizmo camera is set up, and we are heading westbound right now toward the Texas Panhandle. Permanent storm chase mode has been activated. The A team is back together. Got Gizmo back in the vehicle. And you've got a live look inside Dominator Fore right now. There have been some MCV type tornado events. So far, already tornado I can confirm down in central Texas, pretty close to Gerald, Texas, associated with that MCV. Accelerated low-level jet there, basically behaving like a surface low. Saw a couple of convective elements near Oklahoma City that are rotating like a top right now. Probably have a big wall cloud there on the southeast side of the metro. OKC Metro. It's right over I-35 when I just looked at it a second ago. Thank you guys for joining me. This live update. Permanent storm chase mode has been activated, as I mentioned. Got to put a little bit of pine tar on that mount there, that phone mount. That thing just a little bit more sturdy. But I am heading westbound toward the Texas Panhandle. The Storm Prediction Center already has an enhanced risk out tomorrow. I think tomorrow looks pretty favorable for tornado potential as well, even though that enhanced risk is mainly for a guerrilla hail threat. There is a 5% tornado probability in the northern edge of that enhanced risk. Probably need a 5% over the entire area. I can also see down there near Plainview going quite active. Maybe Post area, maybe even south, so maybe even Lubbock to Plainview. It's also possible that an outflow boundary could set up again tonight near the Red River region, like a Childress to Amarillo type of an event. I also think that there could be a bulging dry line tomorrow. I know there's going to be a bulging dry line. There's also going to be a bulging dry line today with a bit of a meso-low across the South Plains of Texas, down near the La Mesa area, Seminole. Dry line probably setting up just on the New Mexico side of the border. 2 points in the 50s, mid-50s up on the Cap Rock, which 25-degree dew-point spreads is often more than sufficient to have a tornado threat out there. When you're up on the Cap Rock, that elevated plateau, the Cap Rock escarpment, out there in the Texas Panhandle. Long drive though. The hardest part about storm chasing is the drive, folks. Go back to the Gizmo cam. A little bit easier. I think I need to have that pointed just a little bit higher up, that steel ball mount, but we still got a good angle here at Gizmo passenger seat. In good hands, of course. So I do think that down near the Red River too, southwestern Oklahoma, maybe even out near Wichita Falls to Gainesville, it could be an interesting area to target for that MCV. Probably going to be where the greatest co-location of some surface-based instability and still some strong MCV enhanced wind shear there near the Red River. I'd probably target down near that area. Lots of people on the roads these days. Summer is here. I remember when this happened last year in late April into May. Just suddenly everybody was on the roads, dominating their summer vacation. The interior of Dominator Fore. Got all my stuff in here right now. Got my bike in the back. We are loaded up, headed toward Colorado. My apartment out there in Golden. That's where I'm going to be for High Plains Insanity. Damn this thing. So I'm watching these MCV cells that are basically along the I-35 corridor back toward the Red River, OKC, down toward Wichita Falls, and then to the east of Gainesville, and all the way down into central Texas. There was a tornado down near Gerald, Texas. I can confirm it. Team Dominator confirmed. It wasn't warned, but definitely a tornado that happened down near Gerald, Texas. Again, right now I'm driving out to the Texas Panhandle. I expect a big day tomorrow, probably big tornadoes, one of those really big panhandle days that we often will get. And then Tuesday, I expect that threat to shift towards central Texas. It's going to be the next target. Man, these steel ball things are, you gotta be kidding me with this. What a joke. Can't do anything with these. I think central Texas also looks quite interesting. I-35 corridor, central southern Texas there. The dry line is going to eject, and there's going to be a nice ribbon, nice strong low-level jet. Got a 40-knot low-level jet on Tuesday. The central Texas there, pretty favorable for tornadoes. And then it looks like Friday, Saturday, a big time trough is going to evolve over the western U.S. And that'll cause central Tornado Alley to come alive big time. Friday, Saturday, Sunday look like some big days. I'll be based out of the high plains largely for those. It's like Tuesday, central, southern Texas. Tomorrow, probably the central Texas Panhandle. I'm headed toward the Vernon, Texas area again. And then wake up tomorrow morning, maybe run 8 miles, and then see about 5 tornadoes, blow the windows out. Gizmo and I will be celebrating. We've also got the subsonic sensor on board. I've got the probe in the back as well, the ground-based probe. A little out of position for today. My plan was to leave at about 3 in the morning. That didn't quite pan out. Ended up oversleeping a bit, but well on my way. Really, I'm monitoring Monday and Tuesday as the big chase days, but today I think there are 2 areas. You could work the South Plains of Texas, explosive supercell development, Clovis, Portales area, pushing east towards Seminole and Lamesa, up on the Cap Rock with those mid-50s dew points, high-based, big-time supercells. And then I think there's even a greater threat of tornadoes in association with that mesoscale convective vortex, or MCV. And that's really anywhere from the Oklahoma City Metro all the way down through DFW, East Texas even. Nice convective line, 40 knots of low-level shear there. I'm watching some surface-based storms that appear to be developing down near the Frederick area right now. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I was watching it. It had some rotation on radar, kind of an MCV type thing. It ended up not getting warned. But if you were in more, it looked like it was spinning right overhead there. Yeah, it's over now. No, well, it may have touched down, but I don't think so. No, I wouldn't check on it. I don't think there's any reports of damage. You'll be all right. I was just giving you a heads up. Yeah, I'm headed that way, though. probably late night tonight, maybe tomorrow night. All right, late. Water? No? Okay. As that sun starts getting on Gizmo's bed, it gets a little bit too warm for her. I am watching some of those storms to the west of Frederick. Looks like they could go surface-based, kind of in the wake of that MCB. Usually you gotta play like right near the low of that MCB, right near the core of it or just east of it, where you get a little low-level easterly enhancement. About 150 0 to 1 kilometer shear, probably a little bit greater near the center of that MC. Thinking about getting some bean burritos coming up here again. Always got to get those bean burritos. Seen a lot of pictures from Allsips, my storm chasing friends that are down there in Texas. Seen a couple little areas of rotation as well down near Marlow, between Lindsay and Marlow, embedded within that convective line. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yep, you guys are loading. That's just due to my signal not being the greatest. Yeah, this is the Dominator Fore. We can't be disrespecting the Dominator Fore. It's a style of storm chasing, an aggressive style of storm chasing, folks. Did have a couple little issues with the gas shortage out there in Georgia, South Carolina, but then I was able to find gas. Now I'm dominating once again. Yeah, there's still some issues with YouTube and changing between towers and everything too. I'm hoping eventually one of these years we'll get to the stage where we can just live stream non-stop inside of the vehicle. But we haven't gotten there just yet. That MCV is going through central Oklahoma right now. I'm watching those areas down near Marlow to Lindsay for rotation. Also an embedded supercell there on the southeast side of the Oklahoma City Metro. Also another circulation to the east side of Norman, but that circulation is approaching I-40. It's near Tinker right now. Getting a little bit closer to the 240 and 40 intersection. It's not warned, does not have a tornado warning yet, but it definitely does have a mesocyclone, and that just goes to show you how these MCVs can generate wind shear near that pseudo low that's near its center. They can accelerate the low level jet, they can back the surface winds. Just heard from Mark, and he's going to try to build an ultrasonic anemometer in one day today. Those are going to go at the Dominator weather stations. We're excited about that. Thank you, Justin. Much appreciated. So yeah, I just found out that Mark is going to try to build an ultrasonic sensor, his own design, in the next 24 hours. And then that'll be a part of the Dominator weather stations. Then Dominator Fore is going to have all the bells and whistles. We are dominating right now, headed westbound on I-20. Breaking down this MCV threat, and then there's also a threat of renewed severe weather across the South Plains of Texas, the southern Texas Panhandle, out there near the New Mexico-Texas border. Tomorrow's the big day. Looks like an enhanced risk tomorrow, so I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that one. But I'm also watching this storm just northwest of the radar site in Oklahoma that's getting closer to the I-40 corridor. Got some pretty good rotation with it right now, out near Tinker. Keeping an eye on some of those new convective elements near the Red River. I'm not seeing much in the way of supercellular structures. Finally, that storm got tornado warned just to the south of DFW. And that thing was a tornado producer before. Now it's got a warning. Pretty tight. Ooh, very tight rotation there. Crossing 35W. near just south of Grandview, so a similar location to where those other tornadoes were, near just north of Itasca. So yeah, that's passing 35, crossing 35W, probably has already crossed 35W. Yeah, I'm not in DFW. I'm a little bit late to the game. I almost left at like 3 in the morning and I'd probably be getting close, but yeah, that thing just crossed 35E. Kind of heading in the Foreston area again. 35W is where it just passed. So I'm going to be in position for the enhanced grist during the day tomorrow, but I am watching the storm with a strong mesocyclone and a possible tornado that just crossed 35W near Itasca. Looks like it's wrapping all the way up, so a pretty dangerous storm there. Storm down near the Red River west of Waurika is starting to intensify slowly. Also, a supercell lifting up through downtown Dallas. Has a flash flood warning that has just been issued. And that one has some weak rotation to the south of Cockrell Hill, heading toward downtown Dallas. Could be a problem. But the one with the strongest rotation is just south of DFW, just crossed 35W, heading in the general direction of the Maypearl area. So if you're in Maypearl, keep an eye out to your southwest as that tornado is moving off to the northeast toward your location. Again, I'm watching this storm just to the southwest of Maypearl. Looks like it's cycling right now, so it might be producing a tornado with kind of a new circulation just off to the east of it. Tight circulation just to the east of 35W. It looks like a tornado is happening. It's kind of lifting north toward the Grandview area, as it's almost shedding a vortex off to the north. It's like it's including, paralleling 35W just to the east of it. Likely tornado now, just to the south of Grandview. You guys are just joining me. I'm tracking this storm that is just south of DFW with a likely tornado that is now shedding and lifting off to the north like an included tornado vortex in there. It's just to the east of 35W. It does appear to be heading toward the Grandview area, even though Grandview is officially not included in the tornado warning. That tornado is lifting northward, paralleling 35W as the supercell is cycling, so a new circulation is developing off to its east-southeast. And it's a pretty dangerous storm. Got this new hat, but I need to curl the brim. The brim is perfectly straight as a board. I'm more of 90s style, more of a curved brim. It's a lot of pressure on the middle of the forehead here. But we do have a likely tornado as that storm is occluding. That tornado is lifting off to the north, just on the east side of 35W. New circulation is heading in the general direction of Maypearl. Probably will be a new tornado warning for that one as well that's issued. We've got Gizmo on board. We are at Dominator Fore, blasting west toward a target area. Enhanced risk tomorrow across a large portion of the Texas Panhandle. That's what I'm watching right now. I'm not a fan of this straight across brim. I've got kind of a bean shaped head, so these straight across brims just dig into the center of my forehead pretty bad. So I'm watching this tornado lifting northward just on the east side of 35W right now. It's just to the southeast of the Grandview area. I wouldn't be surprised if they expand that tornado warning a little bit northward for that vortex that's getting shed, lifting off to the north. Colorado plate up there, left lane cruiser. Nobody likes to be in the front of the line. The people that get scanned first by the police officers. So whenever you see these big convoys of people that are hauling ass, they're a lot of times following behind one person that's willing to do it. I just like to cruise at my own speed at exactly the speed limit here in the right lane. I am going to reload with some bean burritos coming up here soon. Nice Corvette coming up here on the left. Very aerodynamic, good tornado interceptor. Keep it low to the ground. Probably won't loft or anything. Yeah, there's a tornado, and it's lifting north. So it's right on the northern edge of the warning, just southeast of Grandview. So if you're in Grandview or just to the east side of Grandview, you want to be in your safe place. Likely tornado lifting due north. Watching it with my own bare eyes right now. Okay. likely tornado. So if you live in Grandview, especially just to the east of Grandview, you certainly want to be in your safe place now. I'm watching a tornado, likely tornado, lifting due north just on the east side of 35W. See if they expanded that warning to the north. It's right in the northern section of the warning. Might pivot back to the east again. Looks like it's just about to exit the northern side of the warning, just east of Grandview by about 6 or 7 miles. Probably need to be in your safe place right now. To see if there's any debris on it. Not seeing anything in terms of debris, but it's probably pretty close to producing a tornado up there. Real tight coupling. Anytime you see one pixel right next to the other pixel, bright colors, opposite colors, it shows that that vortex is tightening up big time. Looks like it might be wrapped in rain too. If you do live just to the east of Grandview, you want to be in your safe place. And it does look like it's cycling. The circulation just off to its southeast starting to look a little better organized. That storm in Dallas still has the flash flood warning there. Downtown Dallas, Irving especially, is getting a lot of heavy rain right now. Very heavy rain with that flash flood warning. We've already been tracking that tornado warning down in Texas for a long time. And that circulation is about to move out of the northeastern corner of that tornado warning as we speak. Thanks, guys, for joining us. This live stream as we are on our way out for major storm chase mode these next few days. Water? Facebook? Water? Looks like that tiny little tornado is right in the north side of the warning. Might have just lifted, and we're getting that new cycle now. Seeing just a little debris drop, little correlation drop there with that storm. And now it's cycling with the new circulation. Looks like it had an occlusion process. That vortex lifted almost due north for the parent supercell. Shedding process, as Petrowski will call it, an occlusion. As that tornado vortex lifts off to the north. Then that stronger low-level jet regime there. Wall-to-wall tornado coverage here. As I am approaching the target area, I'm not in active chase mode right now. Hoping to get there soon. Tomorrow I'll be full-blown chase mode. Probably will be chasing tonight, evening, severe weather threat. Long drive, 17 hours today. But I am a driving machine. Drive more miles than any trucker would be allowed to drive. You guys are just joining me. Got this perfectly straight across brim, straight as the board. So that's how the hat came. And I'm going to be bending it more into some 90s style as I break this thing in. And I'll be start slinging some as-lives as well later on today. As I mentioned, we've got two different target areas. One in association with that MCV. Basically, the MCV, the core of it is up in central Oklahoma. Then you've got a ribbon of a stronger low-level jet extending down into central Texas. And any surface-based convection within that very moist environment, almost like a tropical environment there with that MCV. You can get some supercell storms. Some dry air aloft is starting to impinge on the western side of that complex of storms, allowing for some more supercell structures to evolve there. I think that we were just tracking a tornado very close to 35W. Lifted almost due north, just to the east of the interstate before it dissipated, and now that storm is cycling with a new circulation developing just to the southeast of it. There was an earlier tornado already near Gerald, Texas, and central Texas that was unwarned. Difficult to warn these supercells within an MCV. Sometimes they can spin up really quickly. Definitely takes a very experienced eye to kind of pick them out in advance and get a lot of lead time. This one has been warned for quite a while near 35W, and it does look like it's beginning to cycle, definitely. Tomorrow there's an enhanced risk across a large portion of the Texas Panhandle. A lot of that is based on the threat of guerrilla hail, but there is also a threat of isolated tornadoes. We got to see where that outflow boundary lines up. There's going to be a complex of storms likely tonight as well. We have to see where that outflow boundary lines up. Watch for any bulges in that dry line, any meso-lows in the Texas Panhandle tomorrow. That'll encourage some easterly winds below a strong low-level jet, the strongest wind shear by far that we've seen yet in these days of low-end severe weather events leading up. So I'm coming in here to chase this. These storms aren't going to chase themselves. Someone's got to chase them. And it looks like a pretty favorable event. This is kind of a preceding storm system ahead of a abrupt pattern shift that's going to be happening to close out the month of May. So it looks like about May 22nd, May 23rd time period. I can see reinvigorating again across central Tornado Alley. Getting active once again. Tornado Alley is coming alive here in a big way, folks. Live from Dominator Fore. Got Gizmo in the car. Looking for bean burritos. tracking this MCV type tornado event, DFW, and also heading toward the target area, full-blown chase mode. I've got my bike on the back, got Gizmo in the car, I've got the subsonic sensor on board, GoPros, Mavic drone. Dominator Fore has all the bells and whistles, but we're waiting on the Dominator weather stations. Those should be finished shortly. Mark is actually going to work on his own ultrasonic anemometer design, so over the next 48 hours, he's going to try to finish an ultrasonic anemometer. Just not happy with these blade anemometers, so we need a better design, and that's what we're going to get with Mark's expertise. He's a genius, and he's going to be cranking out his ultrasonic anemometers. Excited to get that piece of hardware on the Dominator Fore. Then I'll have all the bells and whistles, research grade weather stations. If you're interested, you can sign up for email updates at dominatorwx.net. That's where we're kind of having email sign up, and we're doing newsletters and everything on those weather stations. New tornado warning has been issued for that storm. Looks like they issued it further north as well, as is needed, but that storm is cycling. And Maypearl, you are right in the path of that very dangerous storm. Maypearl, dangerous, intensifying tornadic storm is headed right for your location. So it is time to get in your safe place, Maypearl. Let's see if it's observed yet. Still radar indicated according to the warning statement. Yeah, Maypearl, Texas, it is time to get in your safe place. Maypearl, Texas, once again, dangerous storm headed toward your location. This reminds me kind of a lot of 2006. It's April 13 there in DFW. Again, Maypearl, Texas, you need to be in your safe place. Sent out another tweet on that one. Say code red. Maypearl, that's ramping up quite rapidly, that circulation approaching just to the southwest. It'll be in your location in about 10 minutes. Looking at a debris drop to see if there is one. Maybe some hits and a little bit of a correlation drop near that mesocyclone, but not yet. So could be a tornado any second. But definitely keep an eye on that storm headed southwest and northeast toward Maypearl. I'm way out of position, so I was going to leave at about 2 in the morning, but I didn't make it. So I'm definitely chasing tomorrow and every single day after this. But I am watching this storm. There's also a flash flood warning in Dallas, and that storm is just to the west of very downtown Dallas is that circulation. Not enough yet to warrant a tornado warning, but it's starting to ramp up just southwest of University Park, Highland Park. Flash flood, though, is the main risk for that storm. Flash flood warning, that includes Irving, Dallas areas. Text Connor McRory, the Irishman, Connor McRory. See if he could see that storm there, just to the west of downtown. And maybe he's in the south side of DFW already. What do you think, Gizmo? Gizmo says if you're in Maypearl, you need to be in your safe place right now. It's just what she said. She just told me that. These things like to rotate. I wonder if it's due to the magnetism of it. Still got our tornado warning approaching Maypearl. That storm has cycled. It looks like it's shipping off a split now. Well, it's still got that old circulation back there that still could have a tornado with it. But the new one is strengthening on approach to Maypearl, and it's already cycling again as it's. So what this storm will do is it will ramp up and then occlude, and then it'll ship the vortex northward, and then the new one forms just to the southeast, and then it does the same thing, doing a sharp left-hand turn. So it now looks like that tornado that was near Maypearl is moving to the west of Maypearl, folks. Just west of Maypearl. We have been shooting for a show on National Geographic off and on since last year, tentatively titled Category 6. And they're going to try to air it internationally first, see how the ratings do, and then maybe it'll air out here in the U.S., but you know how that goes. But if it could just get promoted and air, the show will take off. Some crazy content in there, crazy hurricanes, tornadoes, supercells, gorilla hail. It's Mike and I intercepting things with the Windy Palms project. Aaron J. Jack comes in for the 6th episode. We deploy on a tornado in North Texas. But man, working with those networks is tough. They are really fickle. And we're basically working for 2 networks. Yeah, it's going to air in the fall if it does. The plan right now is that it'll air after Wicked Tuna. And if it airs in the U.S., I think it'll take off. It's a good show, just like Storm Chasers, but we're doing hurricanes and tornadoes. So we're tracking a storm with a ramping up circulation near Maypearl right now. And there could also be a threat along the dry line there near the New Mexico-Texas border to the west of Lubbock. Maybe out near La Mesa. Maybe a little bulging dry line mezzo low down there, but I think that today is kind of the day before the day for the Texas Panhandle. I do see a late evening round 2 materializing across the South Texas plains that we may chase, try to intercept down near Lubbock as well. Sorry, Giz. Pulled one of her hairs by accident. Little baby Gizmo, best friend, life partner, in the car with me. Couldn't be happier with Gizmo. Getting in the sun. And I do feel like a bean burrito, definitely. I've been trying to eat healthy and just eat granola bars on this whole trip. And it's lasted for about 6 hours now, but man, I just love gas station food so much. I love bean burritos, love fast food, gut bombs. Can't help it. Probably gonna have to drive through this damn MCV once I get out toward the Shreveport area, East Texas. Also, Waco, Texas. Watch for a little storm, a supercell storm that's trying to mature to your southwest. It has kind of a broad mesocyclone, but these MCV storms can ramp up pretty quickly. Still watching that circulation near downtown Dallas too, just to the north of University Park. Circulation is pretty broad on it, but it looks like it's getting more and more supercellular. University Park has a diffuse mesocyclone located near you. Irving. Thank you guys for joining this breakdown of the tornado threat down in the South Dallas area. Almost a double-barreled MCV. It's kind of like the core of it. It's like the MCV is behaving almost similar to how the individual supercells are behaving, with a little metal low getting shut off to the north toward Oklahoma City, and then you kind of get a new metal low that now is moving through DFW area. That'll probably mature and then turn off to the left, and then a new meso low will come out of Central Texas through East Texas later. Just incredible how you can see those types of patterns play out, fractals. The supercells are a smaller structure, smaller in scale, but then you can see something larger in scale, like an MCV or almost like a meso low, behave very similarly with its pressure minima. Put on your blinker and people trying to prevent you from getting over. That's how the world is these days, folks. Everyone out for themselves. Survival of the fittest out here now, I guess. Good heavens. So I'm keeping an eye on that storm over Maypearl right now. The circulation is in Maypearl. New circulation forming on the southeast side of Maypearl right now. It looks pretty broad. The old circulation that we were watching lifted to the west of Maypearl and is weakening. New circulation very close to Maypearl. Doesn't look like it's a tornado on the ground. It does look like it has the potential, though, of producing a tornado any minute. It's rotating. Inflow looks like it's coming back a little bit on that one. The other one we were watching, broad circulation northwest of University Park. Flash flood warning, though, is the main threat with that area. But the new circulation near Maypearl is starting to ramp up a bit. That other circulation that we were watching that was approaching Maypearl weakened, lifted off to the north, and then a new circulation is forming, starting to get its inflow going again. Utah! You may remember, was it late March or April, we were chasing that storm near Utah. Should have got that tornado near Gilbertsville, and the one near Greenboro, but you can't storm chase through the rear view. You can only storm chase through the windshield, or you're going to end up in a ditch. Circulation over Maypearl does not appear to be organizing, so I wouldn't be surprised if that storm takes a long time to reorganize now. It looks like it's getting some of its inflow impeded just a little bit. No, not too much. It'll probably ramp up again quickly. But that storm on the north side of Dallas is really packed. Okay, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, folks. We are back. Left lane cruiser. Left lane cruiser. Left lane cruiser. Sounds like a bug. Sounds like a fishing boat. Watching that storm closely up there north of University Park, but that circulation is pretty diffuse, not really rampant. Flash flood warning includes the area from Sea Hill up to between Carrollton and Garland. So we are tracking this tornado threat associated with that MCV pattern around DFW. We got a circulation that's ramping up now just east of Maypearl, but still pretty broad on radar. Something that close to the radar, you'll know when they're producing. And I was watching that likely tornado that lifted to the north, just southeast of Grandview. So a quick correlation drop, so it probably was a tornado down there. Can't have a chance to look for video yet until I stop for a bean burrito up here. Sorry guys, I'm back. Just had to sell all my Litecoin. Still that circulation just east of Maypearl I'm watching closely. Circulation trying to ramp up out there. Waiting still for that dry line to pop. Wonder when that's going to happen. So breaking news, Mark, Jason Spin on Twitter is attempting to design an ultrasonic anemometer, his own design, from scratch in less than 48 hours. So let's see if he can pull it off. Breaking news. Gizmo starts to get in the sunbeam and she starts getting just a little bit too warm. It's the queen bee right there, folks. Got the gizmo camera activated here. There's a gizmo cam. Sorry, folks. Queen bee right there. The queen bee. Some water? Yeah, we're headed toward the Texas Panhandle for tomorrow. An enhanced risk is out already tomorrow for the Texas Panhandle, north to south. And we have a tornado warning now. Richardson is included in that. So they did go ahead and warn that for Richardson, Dallas County. Tornado warning in effect near University Park, moving northeast at 30. That was actually 12 minutes ago they issued that. Good heavens me. Did tighten up there too, it looks like. The south of Richardson, it definitely tightened up. Now it lifted, but it looked like it was approaching 635 there. Might have even crossed 635. Weakened a little bit since that last scan on approach to Richardson, but that thing was heading right at Richardson, and then looks like it lifted just as it was crossing 635.